Hello, welcome to the Bank on It with Sarge Shelley. I'm Charles Irvin. Doug will be on the camera again, and we're here at Beef Brady's for our weekly Jim Whaley Tire Pick'em contest. This week, our special guest will be Keith Bryan. Keith, glad to have you with us.
Oh, good. Glad to be here.
Sarge, this past week, Miss Allison Gilmore came in and
Sure
picked
did.
against Sarge, and she sent Sarge home a packing.
Oh Lord.
Come
Oh
on,
goodness gracious.
Allison defeated you, Sarge.
Oh no.
She did. She put a good whipping on him.
Uh-uh.
Each week we do this here at Beef Brady's, and our Jim Whaley Tire sponsor, which you have a chance to win a free oil change. And this past week we had three winners. We had three people that tied, Keith. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't realize that.
Our own sideline reporter, John Wayne Robinson, along with Bill Haney. Bill's this second week in a row.
I was going to say, I
Second
knew he
week
won.
in a
I knew he
row,
won the
Bill.
week before. So
Yeah, Bill's been on a little streak here. And our other winner was Shocker. That's the way he identifies itself on our pick'em contest. But those three, they tied.
Oh boy.
so what do you do in the event of a tie?
Okay, we've already done that. Doug and I did that before, a little before now. And what we'll do, we put the names in a bag, and then we draw out. And this week, our very own John Wayne Robinson won. So that's the way we normally we'll put the names in a bag, and then
I gotcha.
we'll draw the name out. But John Wayne, our sideline reporter, gets the free oil change this week. Sarge, when you gonna win one?
I don't know, Charles.
Is it good for diesel trucks too?
We give you a discount. How about that?
Get your
I might have to
discount.
start. I might have to start entering this contest.
Come on, enter.
come on,
Well,
Keith.
as of tonight, you are entering.
Okay.
Because I'll keep up with how you and Sarge what you do, and then I have to let Sarge know if he wins or loses. So yeah, Keith, you're gonna be going against Sarge tonight.
Oh, Keith.
And this is the Bank on It with Sarge
Bank
Shelley.
on it.
Let's talk about the Tigers last week. Last week was homecoming, and I felt like we came out a little flat. We didn't really. Our offense was sort of sluggish, and defense. Our defense, as young as they are, they have really played some good defense in the last couple of weeks. They're growing up. But we started our offense sort of a little flat, but as the game went on, settled down, and ended up scoring 42 points. And I don't know that Greenville would have scored unless Coach Jernigan and the coaches decided to put some of the younger guys in. It's when they finally scored. I think 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, Keith.
Yeah, it was late because they they didn't get the ball back after that. Eufaula was able to run the clock out after that. Of course, they went to the running clock in the fourth quarter also. And you talk about 42 points, but that was in less than 3 quarters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the starters had played the entire game, you're probably looking at a 56-0 game, probably.
Easily.
So,
but, it's always good to give the younger guys a little chance
oh,
to
absolutely.
get some playing experience in. But I agree with you. The score could have been a lot lopsided than what it was. But it was a good win for the Tigers on homecoming.
Absolutely.
And, this week got Andalusia coming to town. And right now, we're tied with Andalusia. Both of us undefeated in the region. So it's going to be a good ball game. Encourage everybody to come out and support the Tigers this week. But we're like I said, both teams are on top in our region. So what we said, John Wayne Robinson is our winner this week. So looking at the games that Doug has picked this week, guys, I tell you what, he's come up with some pretty tough games. Keith, I hope you know a lot of these teams.
I know a little bit about them.
You and Sarge y'all have better done your research.
I did.
Doug, every week he comes up with it seems like different teams each week, and This week is going to be a good one. Let's see how good Bill Haney does this week.
Yeah. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah. All right. Let's get started here on our Jim Whaley's tire free oil change. Pick 'em. Starting off, we got Catholic Montgomery playing at Headland. You know, Catholic is 3-3, and Headland's 3-2. We've seen both teams. So, who you want to go first, Sarge? You or Keith?
I'll let Keith go. He's our special guest tonight.
Okay.
Well, I'll give a little bit of a comment on this. This is a hard game to pick because it's at Headland. Catholics played the tougher schedule. Headland's coming off of 2 off weeks, so they were off.
2 weeks.
They were off, and then I think Ashford, for whatever reasons, didn't play last week, so they have had 2 weeks off. When you're coming off 2 weeks off, you never know how they're going to respond. Are they going to be rusty or are they going to be rested?
Yeah.
So you don't really know. If you and Headland seems to be, at least based on one game. I think they've only played one game since they lost to us, but they beat, I think, Greenville 35-0. I think so. Based on what we saw the second half of our game, that Headland team can play with a lot of teams, but I got to go with Catholic based on Catholic has 3 losses on the season. They're a proud program. I'm gonna say Catholic.
Okay, Keith's got Catholic. All right, Sarge.
I'm gonna pick Catholic. I'm going with Keith tonight. I'm gonna
Oh.
pick Catholic. Bank on it.
Oh, I tell you, I haven't made my mind up yet, but like you're saying, 2 weeks off, you could come out rusty and then you could come out prepared. If Headland lines up and runs the ball like they did on us in the second half, I believe they can play with Catholic. So right now I'm leaning toward Headland, but I hadn't made my mind up on that.
Well, just a tidbit. You probably heard this when we talked about it earlier this year when we played Catholic, but the last region game that Catholic lost prior to losing to us earlier this year was to Headland, 2018 or 17, one of those 2 years. But that was Headland beat them back then. They were region opponents. So
the thing about
so there's some history between those two schools.
Headland's secondary, they seem to be real weak, and
that,
Catholic throws the ball.
That
so
factored into my thoughts as well.
Right. That's sort of, that's why I'm undecided. I think I'll wait to Tuesday before I pick. Okay. All right. We got Carroll playing at Greenville.
Ooh.
Didn't Carroll get a win early in the year? Are they still
They're winless.
winless?
They're winless, and they played all those games at home. So, I mean, now they're going on the road. I had a hard time picking this game, too, because, Carroll certainly started off the game tough against us. They scored, and we almost went down 2 scores to Carroll. Very close. But Greenville at home, they've got – I just can't get past the athletes they've got. They've got some good-looking athletes, and their defense is good. I know we put up 42 points, but Greenville played us tough defensively. Shut the run down pretty good. I'm going with Greenville at home.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Sarge.
I'm going the same way with Keith. I'm going with Greenville.
Oh. Now, what's your reason behind going with Greenville? Just
Because
because
we
they played
beat
at
them
home?
last week, 42-7, like Keith just said. I'm going with Greenville. Hope they come out and play their best this week. Bank on it.
Banking on it. Okay. I'll have to agree with y'all on that one. I think Greenville, a little better team than Carroll. Okay, now this is a good one. This is Keith. I don't know if you know it, but the head coach of this next team, he and Sarge are good buddies. You got Opelika at Enterprise. All right, we're gonna let Sarge go first on this
That's
one,
fine.
Keith. Okay, Sarge, we got you. Opelika Bulldogs at 6-1. And they're going down to Enterprise, which Enterprise is sort of struggling right now. They're 2-4. So I know before you say it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick Coach Moore again. The 6-1. I'm gonna pick him to beat Enterprise Friday night. Bank on it.
Okay.
All
All right. Okay, Keith, he leads you a little lead way there.
I got to go well, Polak. I don't know what's going on with Enterprise. We saw all we wanted of Enterprise 2 years ago when we went down there, but apparently they lost a lot of talent down there because once they got into region play, they haven't been able to compete with the 7A opponents in their region. So Opelika is a proven commodity. There is a factor, there's a wild card here because it's at Enterprise.
Right.
So, you never know. What's that?
Doug said it eliminates Enterprise if they lose this game.
Not knowing specifics. I've seen Opelika play a couple times. I watched that Callaway game that was on television. I think we were all texting on that night, and I watched them play. I think the Auburn game. I think at any rate, I've seen Opelika. Opelika's got a good, solid team. 2 good running backs. Don't know that much about Enterprise.
If their quarterback, I think he's back playing. He had gotten injured, so
yeah,
with him back too.
So I you go with what you know a little more about, and that's Opelika. I think they'll win the game.
Okay. Y'all agree on that one. Okay. Up next, we got our team you follow here, Lakeside. They'll be going up to Crenshaw. Lakeside still hadn't won their first game, and Crenshaw is 1-6, so that should be a good game between 2 teams. All right, Sarge, we're gonna let you go first again.
I'm gonna pick Lakeside because Miss Allison Gilmore teaches at Lakeside. I want to give her a big shout out this evening. Good evening to you.
See, she whipped you last week.
Yes, she did. Thanks. Bank on it.
Okay, we're gonna go to Lakeside. Keith?
Well, it's a pick'em contest. It's not a favorite contest.
That's it. I've had to say that early in the year when I went against Alabama and they won.
So
you remember that, don't you?
You can't always, and later on I'll say that again probably, but you can't go with who you'd like to win, who you think will win. I mean, Lakeside's had a hard time putting points on the board. Now they've scored the last couple of games, right, but they've had a hard time putting points on the board, and you can't win unless you outscore the opponent. And Crenshaw, even though their record's not much better than Lakeside, they've been able to score some points offensively now. Just for that very reason alone, and the fact it's going to be in Luverne, I'm going to go with Crenshaw.
Go with Crenshaw. We got a split on that one.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean, that home field advantage, that makes a big difference in games. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
And it's a former Auburn players coaching them. I can't remember the name, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Doug just informed us that Columbia, they've lost 97.
Wow. They've got the longest active losing streak in Alabama.
Wow. Okay.
And it's at Columbia also, isn't it?
It is. Coleman 1-6 at Columbia 0-6. All right, we're gonna let Keith go first on
That's
this one.
fine. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Keith.
I'm vacillating at this point. I was actually going to look something up. Coleman and Hartselle played last Thursday night on the public television game of the week, and I mean, Hartselle came out ahead, but I was impressed with Coleman. I thought Coleman looked good, at least early in that game. Don't know anything about Calhoun other than they've got the long losing streak, and they have. I didn't realize they can't. I haven't looked any information up on this. I didn't know that it was that close last week with Calhoun, but
it's Columbia.
I mean Columbia.
Yeah.
Calhoun had a long losing streak too, but Columbia.
I saw the Hartselle game you're talking about.
Yeah,
and so Coleman did pretty solid.
I thought Coleman was pretty solid.
The Hartselle defense.
Yeah, they were tough. So I lean towards kind of the similar thinking as to Opelika. I've seen Opelika. I thought they looked good. I thought Coleman looked good. Couldn't believe their record when they flashed that record up and they'd only won one game. I was surprised. So until Columbia breaks the ice, I'm going to have to go with Coleman.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They lost 37-0 last week. 2 weeks ago against East Lawrence, it was 28-24.
Okay. Doug correctly says they lost 37-0 last week, but it was 27-24 the week before that against a 3-3 East Lawrence team. So I'm going to stay with Coleman on that one.
Okay, Sarge.
I'm like Keith. I'm going with Coleman.
Oh, I think y'all may have a winner there. I'm like Keith. I saw them. I thought they were a pretty solid team, but Hartselle's defense just
Mm-hmm.
Doug just said if they don't win this week, it could possibly be 100 in a row. Okay, this is a good. This is a tough one here because Central Phoenix City going to Montgomery to play Carver, and Carver has really been surprising me in some of the. I mean, the way they have been winning. I mean, it's been lopsided. A lot of the scores it hadn't been close, and both of them are 6-1. And I'll go ahead and say it. When you go to Montgomery, you never know what's going to happen.
That's true.
So I guess we'll let Keith pick this one, Sarge.
Go ahead, Keith.
Well, Central just seems like they're on a different level. I mean, their only loss was to IMG, which is basically like playing a college freshman team. I mean, IMG they made Central look small. The little bit of highlights I saw. So, and if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Until they beat the man, you got to go with Central, I think.
I picked Central that night, too. And someone asked me, why are you doing that? Yeah, I know why.
But, I mean, Carver has looked good. I agree with you. The highlights I've seen, they can throw the ball around. They've got great talent, skill, position athletes. And, I mean, it'll be a tough game.
I believe it will. All right, who you got?
I'm gonna like Keith. I'm gonna pick Carver. Bank on it.
Oh, okay. There's no difference. You two there. Y'all picked the same team.
Well, I said Central.
I mean, yeah, you said Central.
I picked Carver.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm glad you corrected me because I had put
picked
Sarge down.
Sarge would have he would have kept you straight.
Mhm. Is he?
Yes.
I'm glad you corrected me because I had put Sarge down with Central too. I'm leaning towards Central in that game. I don't care if it's in Montgomery. All right, we got up next. We got two undefeated teams.
Ooh.
Doug went over there to the west side of the state and got these two teams. We got Jasper playing at Muscle Shoals. All right, Sarge, you up first. Two undefeated teams.
I'm gonna pick Jasper. That's where Coach Moore was one time before when he was coaching. I'm gonna pick Jasper.
Okay.
Bank on it.
All right. You ain't too strong on that bank on it. Oh.
No, I'm locked in tonight.
Okay. All right, Keith.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to go with Muscle Shoals. That's part of the state we don't know much about, but I'm going to go with. I think the game was at Muscle Shoals.
It is,
and they're both undefeated, so I'm going to go with the home team.
That should be a tough ball game there. Both teams. I'm still going to have to wait to Tuesday to make my decision. Okay,
that's just tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, Charles.
Got to go home tonight and sleep on it.
Yeah.
Okay. How about St. Paul's playing Saraland? St. Paul's is 5-1. Saraland undefeated. Man, I tell you, Saraland, I saw them play early in the year, and that 6-0. They stand behind it. They're a pretty strong ball team.
They are.
All right, Keith, we're gonna let you go up.
I mean, this is just a uneducated guess because just based on his history, St. Paul's is a great program. I mean, they produced talent for years. AJ McCarron came from there, a bunch of other tough players, but so has Saraland. I mean, Ryan Williams is playing at Alabama now, came from Saraland. At home, undefeated Saraland, I think, will win the game.
Okay.
But it'll be a shoot. It'll be a closely contested game. I
think so too. But Sarge,
I'm gonna pick St. Paul's because we played them when we went down to Mobile a couple years ago, and they played hard and they beat us.
Who was their quarterback when we went down?
Bank on it.
Do you remember who the quarterback was?
AJ. AJ McCarron.
Mm-hmm. That was a good game that night.
Oh, it was. Coach Jernigan had a really good.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Coach Jernigan. Good evening to you, Coach Jernigan.
He did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Keith on Saraland on that one. They're pretty strong, but you never know about those Mobile teams. Woo. All right, here's gonna be a good game here. This is from our part of the country, New Brockton. At Ashford. New Brockton's 5-2 and Ashford's 5-1. So Keith, why don't you shoot first?
Well, once again, two teams I don't know anything about. I know Ashford's having a really good year. I would imagine that New Brockton uses Enterprise group of officials and Ashford uses the Wiregrass group of officials. It's at Ashford. I'm going to give the nod to Ashford.
Okay. Ooh. He may have a point there.
Mm-hmm.
Home with your officials. Okay.
Mhm.
What you got?
I'm gonna pick Ashford. I'm like Keith. I'm gonna pick Ashford because of Wiregrass officials. I'm gonna pick bank on it.
Okay. You got a bank on it with Ashford. Now we're fixing to get into.
Sorry, do you know who the mascot is for New Brockton?
No, sir.
Gamecocks.
There you go.
Gamecock. Ooh. Who is the coach down there at New Brockton?
New Brockton's coach is
It used to be Coach Holmes.
I think Dan Clagus coached at New Brockton and at Ashford.
Did he? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think Coach Clagus coached at both.
Richard Melton.
Yeah,
He was Ivyville's coach.
he was at Headland last
Yeah, he sure was at Headland.
Oh,
last year.
really? Okay,
Oh.
that kind of changes my thoughts a little bit, but still, I was impressed with his job, the job he did at Headland.
Yeah, he did a good job. Had a couple of good ball players too. Getting back to Coach Clagus, he played at Ashford, right?
He did play at
Yeah.
Ashford. He played at Ashford and coached at Ashford, but I think that when he left here, before he came back here as assistant, I think before he went to Ashford, he went to New Brockton, but I could be
Okay.
wrong. I'm thinking, I don't know. Have to look it up and see.
All right, here we go. We got our two college picks. Got my Bama boys going out to Missouri. And,
Ooh, Charles.
Missouri has played. This will be their sixth game at home.
At home, they hadn't left home
They
yet.
hadn't left home yet. So Bama pulled one out last week against Vandy. Yeah, that's going to be I think it's going to be a good game. Good game, Sarge. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Oh, I'm gonna pick your Alabama boys to beat Missouri because they played good Saturday night.
Okay.
Bank on it.
Okay. That was a pretty good bank on it.
Mm-hmm.
All
Locked
right.
in.
All right, Keith.
All
This
right.
is a picking contest.
Well, yeah, it's a picking contest, but I looked at Missouri a couple weeks ago because they were getting so much attention in the quarterback. People were saying how good he was, but
the running back is supposed to be the
but
best in the SEC.
at that time, and I don't know who I didn't know the best win they had was against South Carolina at home, and I don't remember who else they played, but they hadn't. But I do know that Auburn has taken a lot, and I'm skipping to the next game, but Auburn's taking so much heat because of their offense hadn't looked good the last couple of weeks, but they were on the road at number 5 and at number 6. If Missouri had played that schedule, or a lot of these other SEC schools that are getting a lot of attention because they've got a good record, would they have 2 losses? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think Alabama, based on what I saw them do at Georgia and what I saw them do to take control of that game against Vanderbilt, I think Alabama wins the game, and I think they win by a couple of touchdowns.
Well,
Trap game.
It could be a trap game, but, I mean, I think that
they're really bragging on the running back, so he could be the best in the SEC. But
Missouri,
yeah.
but and it's at Missouri, so it's going to be a big game for them.
Yeah.
It's one they've had circled
Gonna be
all offseason.
Going to be a blackout.
So, but I still think, Alabama should win the game. And I know as an Alabama fan, you're probably not real confident because of going into that situation there. But,
see, that's the way I felt going into Athens with Georgia.
right.
I went against my boys, but I don't think I'm going to go against them this week. I think I'm going to have to stick with my boys this week.
Right.
All right. Here we go.
Did Sarge pick that game?
Yeah,
He did.
Yes, sir. I picked it.
He picked Bama with a
Okay.
strong bank on it.
Okay. All right. I missed it. I was
strong. I can get him on his strong bank on it.
Yes.
Okay. Up next, we got Georgia at Auburn. Auburn coming in off this bye week. And, I feel like Auburn's defense is really going to give Georgia Georgia's running game. I think Auburn is going to really give them some trouble up front. I just hope that Auburn can create a little offense because that's where we've been struggling. Georgia, they have a great running game and they have a good defense, but I just don't think that Gunner's a good passer, and I'm glad Mike Bobo decided to throw the ball and stop running against us, because if he'd kept running against us, I don't know if we would have won that game. But it's gonna be at the Plains, on the Plains. So we're gonna let you go first, Sarge.
I'm gonna pick my Auburn Tigers to beat them. I hope we come out locked and loaded, ready to stop 33. Bank on it.
Now, that's a good bank on it. That's a strong bank on it.
I want to say I hope Sarge is correct this week.
What is the line on the game?
We never looked it up, but I heard right after I heard 6.5 to begin with, which is interesting because the Oklahoma game was a 6.5 point spread and the A&M game was a 6.5 point spread. So, but I heard when it opened, it was 6.5 to Georgia. But this situation, Auburn's had an off week. I mean, it's now or never as far as their offense is concerned. I mean, Freeze is taking a lot of heat. I mean, rightfully so, because in my opinion, the play calling has left a lot to be desired. You look at the end of that game; they were down 6 points with a chance to score a touchdown and win the game, and you got third down and a foot, and you throw an incomplete pass, and then you got fourth down and a foot, and you get sacked. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to pick the first down up and extend the game. You got to keep hope alive, because when if you throw an incomplete pass on third and fourth down, the game's over with, and they got sacked. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
I think should be doing a little more running than what
I agree.
Actually are.
And Freeze said before the A&M game that he was going to run the ball more, and the running backs I think only had combined 8 carries in that game.
Yeah, 8.
And so, I mean,
an offensive line is getting so much criticism, but you cannot stand in the pocket as long as Arnold is standing in the pocket. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's got to make his mind up. Throw the ball.
So you would hope that someone's, their coaching staff, not even counting the head coach, but with the kind of money they're making, and that's their full-time job. They're not teaching classes. And they're not having to go to a day job. They're coaching football full time. If they can't come up with a good plan in 2 weeks, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Like I said,
I mean,
the defense is good enough to win the game, but you got to create a little offense.
And now the defense, to their credit, has played a lot of guys. They're playing over 30 players a game, so they're staying
31,
fresh.
I think is what I heard. Yeah.
So I mean. So the defense is doing what they need to do, and they've got the talent on offense. And you got to throw the ball up 50-50 and let Cam Coleman try to go get the ball. They're not utilizing the talent they've got, in my opinion, the way they should. Run the ball, establish a run, then throw some 50-50s to Cam.
I agree. All right, you hadn't picked yet.
Oh, I'm going with Georgia.
Georgia.
I mean, listen, you don't pick with your heart and here's the thing, until Auburn wins one of these games, it's just like the Columbia high school game. They're 0-97. Until they break the ice, how can you pick them?
Well, see, that's what I said when Alabama and Georgia played. Georgia had that 33-game winning streak going, and I'm thinking, how can I pick against that? Well, I mean, in your case, you could.
I mean, listen, this is one I certainly hope I'm wrong and hope Sarge is right, and if so, I'll be happy about it.
Right.
But I mean, if I'm being honest and impartial, I got to go with Georgia until proven otherwise.
Well, I felt the same way, and somebody laughed at me. I'm not going to call names, but it could. I mean, I'm going to have to wait to Tuesday to pick this one.
Oh, no.
Well, the fact it's a night game, coming off a bye week, they're retiring Cam Newton's jersey. There's a lot of things working in Auburn's favor. It's a great opportunity for them to take advantage of it and have a top 10 win, but until they do it for 60 minutes, I mean, they were up on Oklahoma last year by 11 points in the fourth quarter and blew it.
Well,
so I mean,
I've heard several sports announcers saying that a team from the SEC could actually win the SEC with 2 losses. I mean, the SEC, you just never know.
Yeah,
never know. Okay, we're gonna get down to our final game, and. And the losers coming to town to play our Tigers. And the losers, like I said, they're 5-2, same as we are, and we're both undefeated in our region. And it's going to be a game that we really need to win.
Badly,
yes. So Sarge, what you think?
Keith, you haven't to write these numbers down for Friday night. 11, 2. 4, 7, and 11. We need to stop them 3 running backs, Keith, and receivers. They come in. They they'll come in. Sometimes they'll go wide. Sometimes they'll come in tight. But they do like Rehoboth used to do, the wishbone look, and then they get in that tight formation, and then they go wide. But on the field goal, number 1's our kicker, and he can kick it deep to the 10-yard line.
All right, defense. Come on, give us a scouting report while we
Defense
go.
wise, they gonna go a nickel look this week, and two defensive tackles and 1 shade look, and they'll go to a nickel.
Okay.
And the forward goes right up the middle if we don't have nobody right there in the box.
Okay. All right. You went over the kicking game. How about our punting game? Special
Punt
teams.
game, I saw on Enterprise, they kick it deep, but we got to put 0 back there, and he can catch it, fair catch it, because they'll come. Because I watch them against Enterprise, they'll come off the edge and come towards you.
Okay, so he kicks it high or just long?
Kicks it high,
Okay.
real high.
What kind of punt team do they have?
Charles and Keith, they if we may have to come on the home side and come down. They're great. They're great on the kicking team and punt team. They are great. They're good punt team, good blocking. They'll have to come down our home side
Okay.
if we don't watch out.
Okay.
We got to kick away from 4 because he on Enterprise and Charles Henderson film, he went down the home side on kickoff return.
Okay.
4.
Keith, every week, Sarge gives us an awesome scouting report. You know, he watches film every day. He's going to watch a game. But he does a good job every week on our scouting report. All right, so who you going with?
I'm going to pick my mighty, mighty Tigers to beat them again. Bank on it.
There you go. That's a
I'm
good
locked
bank on it.
in tonight. Get ready.
All right, Keith.
Well, I won't give a very big explanation on this one. It's like this. I do feel good about Eufaula because it's at home. Both teams have played. Their 2 losses being against larger schools. I mean, Andalusia lost to Enterprise first week, and that was when everybody was 0-0, and you're still going to Enterprise. So, I mean, they lost that one. They lost, I think, to Pace, Florida, or somewhere down in Florida. So, I mean, that's a tough game as well. Eufaula's 2 losses were to 6A Region 2 opponents. Russell County loss don't look bad at all. They're 7-0, leading that region.
What, in like ranked 6th in the state?
Yeah.
6A?
Yes.
And then Wetumpka could have gone either way. That was a tough game at home. That was a game we just as easily could have won. We're at home. I mean, obviously we can't afford to come out sluggish like we did against Carroll or against Greenville. But I feel like Eufaula at home gives Eufaula the edge. But Andalusia well coached, physical running game. The thing that concerns me the most about Andalusia, obviously, is them lining up and trying to do what Ozark did in the second half and run straight at Eufaula. So
Yeah, it's been sort of. But, I noticed last week we played a lot of 4-man line, more than getting away from some 3-man front. So maybe, the coaches are making those adjustments will help stop the run.
hopefully so.
I hope so.
Okay, it's shout-out time.
I'm going to give Miss Alicia a shout out and the staff at Avonmore and the drugstore, Amy Green. I'm going to give you a shout out. Thank you for my shot today. I went and got me a flu shot today, and I was going to give both drugstores a shout out. Brandy, Dallin, a good evening to you. Thanks for coming, Keith, tonight and be with me.
Appreciate the invitation.
It's great to be here with you tonight.
Okay, all right.
Y'all do a good job on the show. I've been an interested bystander watching. So
Keith, you're going to have to start entering our picking contest every week.
I'll have to do that.
Win some of these oil changes. They might give you a discount on that big diesel.
They sure are proud of them when you have to get it done. I don't know if it uses more oil or the filters are more expensive or what, but they're expensive.
Well,
before we go, 6 o'clock tomorrow night with this man right next to me, Keith Bryan, at 6 o'clock at Chick-fil-A Coach's Show tomorrow night with Coach Jernigan.
And Sarge, you said the other night he needs to give you a little love on the Coach's Show, bringing talking about your show, doesn't he?
Keith?
Bank on it with
Well,
Sarge.
We'll have to do that.
Yes.
Well, it has been fun this evening, and I can't wait to see how our pick'ems come out. We ask that you join us each Monday here at Beef O'Brady's for our Jim Whaley Tire free oil change, picking contest. Keith, thanks for coming tonight to be with us.
Yes, sir.
And, we got to pull our Tigers through this Friday night. All right.
Yes.
We want to thank Miss Angie here again at
Yes,
Beef
thanks, Miss
O'Brady's,
Angie.
and until next week.
No, bye week. The bye week after.
Next
after
week.
This week.
Okay.
This is the bye week.
Well, Doug, will you do a show Monday?
Will you do a show Monday?
Monday week. Okay.
Monday week. we'll
Monday
have a
week.
Show.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Good.